online gambling given the go-ahead in Singapore, but only for 2 operators and with restrictions. We take a look at its potential impact.
You can spend your whole day gambling. Playing online because it's so easy and accessible.
What the exempt operator regime aims to achieve is to provide a regulated and controlled outlets
4D, Toto, football and F1 betting, as well as horse racing bets. If you're 21 and above, no more queuing to place these bets. You can do so online, even from your phone. 2 operators, Singapore Pools and the Turf Club, have been given permission to offer online betting. Strict safeguards are in place, but still, some are criticizing the move, saying that it will lead to further social ills. Just how much damage can online betting inflict on an individual? It's not like casinos where the stakes are higher, right? I met a former gambling addict to find out. Elvin tells me that he lost a whopping $100,000 over 10 years betting online on soccer.
Started around when I was the age of 19 to 20. All you need to do is just go and start clicking.
How much did you bet that time?
I was starting off with $500 per bet, then slowly increasing. I was winning 5,000-6,000 for a month, more than what I'm bringing home. After the month, I think ran out of luck, falling down direction.
Do you remember on a typical day, would you spend the whole day online just gambling? How many hours would you spend in a day?
You can spend your whole day gambling. Playing online because it's so easy and accessible. There's literally all kinds of game on it. Sports betting, it's around the clock.
Elvin's been getting help from counsellors here for the past month. According to national figures, online gambling is the least popular form of gambling. Only 1% of a sample size of about 3,000 opt for it, but counsellors say they're seeing a steady increase. The agency saw 57 cases of online gambling last year. That's nearly 20% of its total cases. In the first 9 months of this year alone, it's handled 41 cases.
Have you found yourself tempted to want to gamble again?
Yes. The temptation is always there.
So, for sure, gambling, whether offline or online, can have very detrimental consequences. Why then allow online gambling? Authorities say a total ban will push activities underground. This will make it harder to track gamblers and worsen social as well as law and order problems. Naysayers, though, say authorities are sending mixed signals, and allowing online gambling, even if controlled, will only serve to encourage pundits.
But there's always the risk, right, of a person who goes online gambling, especially for soccer. Soccer online gambling is very addictive. Basically because you're watching the game, and when you place a bet, the games become more thrilling because your money is in it.
If you have some safety measures in place and you can gamble within a safe zone, yes, you may be you may not have so much thrill or excitement like many of those illegal gambling sites, but you're actually gambling safely and maybe responsibly, and you not get into potential troubles.
If there's strict rules, then I think it's okay.
Your opinion is that we shouldn't allow it at all?
Yeah, I think it just encourages, it makes it accessible, that's all. And I think you just have to take a step at a time, step 1, step 2, step 3. You just have to monitor the progress,
Yeah. Singapore isn't the only country to legalize restricted online betting. Hong Kong too takes a prohibitive stance. All gambling activities, including online gambling, are illegal unless authorized or licensed. The Hong Kong Jockey Club is licensed to operate a limited number of gambling products, namely football betting, horse racing and lotteries online, including mobile platforms. But there are differences with Singapore's regime. Hong Kong, for example, does not block other illegal remote gambling websites. The territory also allows credit card payments for remote gambling. So Singapore laws seen in that context are much stricter. How so? Well, let's run through some of the safeguards. A person must be at least 21 years of age to open a player account. Operators have to verify the identity and age of the player in person before accounts can be activated. Gambling on credit? Strictly prohibited. And players must set daily spending and funding limits. But are such safeguards enough to protect someone like Alvin?
I think it should not be made available. I mean, you make a restriction for the person to gamble, but he still can borrow from friends to play, borrow from bank. Are they going to set a ruling to ban people from borrowing?
One limitation to the safeguards we have would be someone who has already hit the daily expenditure or funding limit. Nothing is there to stop him from walking into any physical store to place the next bet. Another limitation would be someone who is in financial trouble, someone who has already some monetary problems and maybe even self-excluded from the casino. He is still not automatically excluded from the online betting.
I would suppose that the safest safeguard, if you want to put a safeguard in it, is to get the family members of a gambler to consent to it before they can open an account.